Friends, as I had promised, our esteemed guest is here. May I request you to kindly welcome him with thunderous applause. Thank you very much. Please switch off your phones because we do not want to be disturbed during the proceedings. This is a humble request. Please be seated. Please be seated. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. A very good evening to all of you. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Sat Sri Akal to all those who are present here. Your Excellency, Sheikh Faisal Bin Qassim Al Thani, Your Excellency Muhammad Hassan Jabir Al Jabir, Your Excellency Mr. Yuvraj Malik, Excellencies, Ambassadors, members of the Diplomatic Corps accredited to India, esteemed audiences who are present here, and all other friends, people of letter, art, and culture. نيابة عن المؤسسة الوطنية للكتاب وعن المعرض نيودلهي العالمي للكتاب، أرحب صاحب السعادة الشيخ فيصل بن قاسم آل ثاني والوفد المرافق له في ربوع الهند. فأهلا وسهلا بضيوفنا الكرام في دلهي عاصمة الهند. On behalf of the New Delhi World Book Fair and on behalf of National Book Trust, I welcome you all in this important event of release of two translations of the book, As Seen, Read and Lived, Qatar Through My Eyes, History, People and Sovereigns, written by His Excellency Sheikh Faisal Bin Qassim Al Thani. Just a few words about the Sheikh Sahib. He was born in 1948. He is one of Qatar's most successful businessmen. He plays a significant role in the deployment of business sector in Qatar. His business started in 1960s. He is the founder chairman of His Excellency Sheikh Faisal bin Qassim Al Thani. For the past 6 decades, he built business into one of Qatar's largest privately owned and held diversified industry group, with operations that are continuing to grow day by day strongly across local, regional, and international markets and international arena. Sheikh Faisal Sahab's passion to arts and culture is very well known, and it has led him to establish heritage venue, Sheikh Faisal bin Qassim Al Thani Museum, a venue which perpetuated his vision of reviving public interest, appreciation of culture, and heritage. This window to the beauty of splendor of the past of Qatar and the Islamic world has opened for people of all walks of life to view and experience. As a firm believer in business, also in education, that it goes both hand in hand. Education and research formed an integral part of Al Faisal holding, which he owns. Sheikh Faisal has established a museum and also Al Faisal Without Borders Foundation, which activities reflect his personal philosophy of contribution to the development of Qatar's knowledge-based economy. He recently founded Al Faisal Global Foundation for Culture and Knowledge, which aims to preserve Qatari Arab, Islamic, and also global heritage through the writings, collections, publications of significant works. Among these is his newly written book, As Seen, Read and Lived, Qatar Through My Eyes, History, People and Sovereigns, which chronicles Qatar's journey from its inception to the present day. The book has been translated into several languages, including English, French, and most recently Malayalam, which we are going to see. It is being released today. And also, it is in the pipeline that he will be translating into many other Indian languages, and also including Hindi and Urdu. Sheikh Sahab's main position, just to give a brief idea, is he is the founder chairman of Al Faisal Holding Company. He is the founder chairman of Amal Company. He is the chairman of Qatari Business Association. He is also founder and chairman of Sheikh Faisal Bin Qassim Al Thani Museum. He is also founder and chairman of Al Faisal Without Borders Foundation, which is one of the very important foundations that deals in vivid fields, whether it is education, culture, heritage, and name you any arena, any field. His other positions is founding member of Qatar Hotels Association. He is chairman of Gulf Qatari Classic Cars Association, that is Vintage Cars Association. His interest is very deep in vintage cars also. He is member of the Board of Trustees of American Schools of Doha, and he is also member of the Board of Trustees of Business College of DePaul University, Chicago, in the United States of America. I think after this brief introduction, may I request Honorable His Excellency Mr. Yuvraj Malik Saheb, who is the Director of National Book Trust and also the CEO and the Director of this very fair, to kindly honor His Excellency Sheikh Sahab with the facilitations and with a shawl, which is one of the great Indian traditions of presenting shawls, that shows very clearly that we honor our another. So this is memento, which is a memorial. To the ambassador of the state of Qatar in Delhi, His Excellency Muhammad Hassan Jaber Al Jaber. To the son of Sheikh Sahab, to Sheikh Isa, I think there is a presentation for you, sir, from the Qatar side also. The Sheikh Sahab would like to present to Honorable the Director of National Book Trust, the Director and the CEO of the New Delhi World Book Fair. Now we have a small video presentation that gives a glimpse of what all Sheikh Faisal Sahab is about, his views about. The video presentation, please.
معلومات كثيرة وخاصة عن تاريخ قطر اللي سمعته في الماضي من الكلام من مجالس عن تاريخهم، عن معاناتهم القديمة، أيام الحرب، أيام الحروب، أيام كساد اللولو وغيرها. والحداثة خلت يعني الأشياء تختفي، أشياء كثيرة تختفي، لأن ما عاد نقرأ كتب، ما عاد نجلس، قلت المجالس قلت تسمع بالطريقة القديمة اللي نتكلم. اليوم كل واحد اعتماده على ذاكرته في تليفونه أو في الايباد ماله أو الحاجات اللي هذه كلها صارت تقضي على أشياء كانت موجودة. فأنا بقيت أن أحط هذه في الكتاب على أساس أن إن شاء الله أو في المستقبل، يعني اليوم ولا بعد سنة أو بعد أكثر من 100 سنة، يكون يعرفون قطر، لأن قطر لها تاريخ وعندها مادة كبيرة نقدر نتكلم فيها. قطر يعني لها كيان من 400 سنة موجودة.
I think you have heard the views of Sheikh Sahib. Now I think it's time to have his books release. May I request His Excellency, the Director of National Book Trust, Mr. Yuvraj Malik, and also the Sheikh Faisal Sahab to please release the books in Malayalam language. Many people are not aware that the Kerala has the majority of its people in almost all the Gulf countries. Anywhere you go, whether you are in Qatar or you are any other Gulf country, you will find 60% of population is from Kerala. And perhaps that is the reason that Sheikh Sahab has decided that the language to be translated and to know, for the people to know about Qatar is important, that it should be delivered, the history should be given in the language should be given. So Sheikh Faisal Sahab has done a lot of work in this very field. He has risen to become one of the top businessmen of Qatar. And I am sure that very large number of people from Kerala must be working for him. So this is the high time if we see the release of the book in Malayalam language. अच्छा चलिए ठीक है वो कह देते हैं Saad Sheikh Faisal bin Qassim. You know, what we know is that the history, if it is written by the son of the soil, أبناء التراب, أبناء العالم من التراب, son of the soil from that very country, is always given in a right perspective. What we have seen and what we have read is that outsiders, when they come and they see a country, they write the history with their own perspective. So I think Sheikh Faisal Sahab, Sheikh Faisal bin Qassim has really done a great job in writing a history right from the time he remembers the country, and it started flourishing and started coming up, and today it is one of the pillars in the Arab world. We take it economically, socially, in education, almost all the fields that Sheikh Faisal bin Qassim has covered. He has not left, he has touched everyone, and thus this way he has contributed to the society of Qatar. I think this is high time that I request His Excellency Sheikh Faisal bin Qassim Al Thani to please speak a few words on this occasion.
عفوا على التأخير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. في البداية أرحب بالجميع وأشكرهم على الحضور. تسعدني المشاركة في معرض بلهي الدولي العريق الذي يحظى بإقبال ومشاركة واسعة من بداية عام 1972.
I'm very happy to participate in today's program, and thank you very much for your warm welcome. And this gives me immense pleasure to participate in this year's book fair.
ويسعدني تدشين كتاب قطر التي عشناها على أرض الهند التي تربطها بدولة قطر علاقات تاريخية قديمة، وهي علاقات متطورة تحت القيادة الرشيدة لحضرة صاحب السمو الشيخ تميم بن حمد آل ثاني أمير دولة قطر، ودولة السيد مودي رئيس وزراء جمهورية الهند الصديقة.
I'm also happy that I see that my book is released today, Qatar Through My Eyes. And Qatar has a very good and friendly relations with India, and the relations between the two countries goes back years, decades of cooperation between the two countries.
حاولت في هذا الكتاب توثيق مسيرة قطر منذ نشأتها إلى اليوم بالتاريخ تحت
I have tried in this book to document the history of Qatar since its inception and beginning, and also for the succeeding generations so that they can know the history, legacy, culture of Qatar.
حتى تبقى للأجيال القادمة. لقد عاصرت 6 من أصحاب من أصل 8 من حكام قطر، واعتمدت على مصادر موثوقة مما قرأت وسمعت ورأيت من مواقف حية في مجالس أهل قطر وحكامها.
I have lived through the lives of 6 of the rulers out of 8 rulers of the Qatar, and I have seen my first hand of experience I had with them, and I have seen the Qatar growing in stature and in positions.
وتوثيق بعض صفحات الكتاب تاريخ العلاقات القطرية الهندية من زمن القوس على اللولو وخطوط التجارة البحرية بالسفن الشراعية التقليدية وصولا إلى شراكات لا غنى عنها اليوم.
Some parts of my book, Qatar Through My Eyes, also documents the history of relationship between India and also talks about the trade relations that existed, particularly ships that used to sail from Indian waters to the Arab ports carrying goods and also carrying dates from and pearls from Arab countries to India and from India goods to Arab countries.
أرجو أن ينال الكتاب إعجابكم ويكون إضافة للمعرفة الإنسانية على بلد قطر وأهلها وقيادتها وعلاقاتها القوية مع جمهورية الهند الصديقة وشعبها المضياف.
I hope that this book would receive your good appreciation, and this will be a great addition to human knowledge and will further enhance the cooperations and relations between our two countries, India and the great India and our country, state of Qatar. And thank you very much.
وكذلك أشكر الحضور اللي حضروا اليوم في هذا الجمع الطيب، وأنا يعني صراحة أنا مسرور أني اجتمعت بهذه الشخصيات العظيمة من سفراء ورجال أعمال وكتاب ومثقفين في هذا اليوم اللي ويعني أنا أشوف أن الكتاب هذا يعني عمل لي يعني عرفني وعلمني بأكثر ما عرفته في حياتي أكثر، سواء التقائي اليوم في الهند وفي شعبها العظيم وبثقافتها وعلاقتنا مع الهند كقطر وخليج علاقات قديمة لها تاريخ قديم.
And I also thank the gathering today who have attended this program and listened to me, and also thank the honorable ambassadors from several Arab countries who are present today. And my presence in India has taught me a lot. I have come across people, great people, and I have learned Indian culture and I have seen Indian people. Thank you very much for your hospitality. Thank you very much for attending to this program.
أنا أظن أن إحنا لما كنا بالشراع والسفينة الخشبية التقليدية كنا نوصل للهند أقرب بكثير من اليوم مع الحداثة من سفن وطائرات وغيرها. نتمنى أن يكون العلاقات والهند تقرب أكثر وأكثر بالمواصلات وبغيرها.
And I hope that our relations with India, with the development that taking place in India in the field of science, defense and technology, and also the progress that we are making in our country, in Arab world, I think our relations, our countries will come together in coming days for the succeeding generation, for the coming generation.
كذلك أشكر الحضور والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Once again, I thank the gathering, the people. Shukran lakum. Thank you very much.
شكرا جزيلا صاحب السعادة على هذه الكلمات الرقيقة. Thank you very much for these very words that has enriched the knowledge about Qatar. You are right, Excellency, that the Qatar and India relations goes back to centuries, and as you have very rightly said, that the boats and the boats that were being built at that time by the Indians from the southern coasts are far better than what are being made today by the most modern equipments. And yes, these relations go back to centuries. Excellency, I am myself a witness to the relations that has strengthened our two relations. My first visit to Qatar was in 1983, and at that time Qatar was actually starting with pace to go ahead and to improve its presence in the international arena. And then in 1984, the late His Highness Sheikh Khalifa, when he came here, at that time these relations got a boost. So I am myself a part of that very history which has really started, and which you have very rightly and very carefully mentioned in your book, that I have gone through a bit excerpts from that very book. Your Excellency, after going through the book, I have a few questions in my mind, and I would like to put these questions to Your Excellency. What is the reason behind writing this book? يعني ما هو الدوافع وراء تأليف هذا الكتاب؟
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أنا عملت الكتاب لأني أنا من طفولتي أحب أقرأ كتب كثيرة وأسمع مجالس وذي، فأنا شفت أن أشياء كثيرة من الأحداث اللي صارت أو العلاقات بين البشر وبيننا وبين الآخرين قاعدة تندثر تختفي، لأن الإنسان اليوم تغير. فكنا الأول نأخذها من الرواة من الأشخاص، فاليوم تغيرت الأشخاص وما عاد تقدر تشوف بعض كثير ونسمع من هذه، فلذلك حافظت على المعلومات اللي عندي أنها تبقى للتاريخ وللأجيال اللي بعدها.
Another question, Excellency, is that why have you translated this into Malayalam language? يعني لماذا ترجم الكتاب إلى اللغة المليبارية؟
أول شيء أن الجالية النيبالية في قطر كبيرة جدا، ويعني حتى والهنود كثير بالنسبة لنا، لأن احنا قديما الطبيب والمدرس والأشياء كلها كانت تجينا من الهند، وكذلك كنا قديما العلاج. أنا بعرف يعني يمكن من أجدادي وأجداد أبوي كانوا يتعالجون في الهند، عملوا عمليات العين وغيرها في الهند في العشرينات قبل أكثر من 60 سنة 70 سنة. فكان دائما الهند عندنا بالنسبة لنا غريبة، لأن كانت المواصلات بالسفن سهلة، وكانت الرياح تجيبنا للهند وترجعنا إلى الخليج، رياح تجيبنا ورياح ترجعنا، كانت سهلة المواصلات.
To the first question that was asked from Sheikh Faisal about the reason and the motive behind writing this book, his response was that since he has lived through these ages, the events, great events that took place in Qatar, and since he has accompanied the rulers, 6 rulers out of the 8 rulers that have ruled the state of Qatar, he had first-hand experience of the events of great issues of the people that took place in the state of Qatar. He wanted that these things should not only remain in oral traditions, he wanted to document them into a book so that the coming generations would benefit from the book, who could learn from the history and could learn from the events that took place in the past. That was his motive and his reason for writing the book. In response to the second questions, then why this book has been translated into Malayalam language? A sheikh replied saying that since Indians are living in big numbers in Qatar and Keralites, a whole majority of the people from India, they are from the state of Kerala. So he wanted this book first to introduce the books to the people who read, learn and know Malayalam so that they can read and understand the way Qatar has established its relations with India. So basically the books also talk about the relations that exist between India and the state of Qatar.
Thank you, Excellency. Excellency, last question is that your age and my age is almost the same. You were born in 1948. I was also born in 1948. So we have seen how these relations have progressed. So how do you view India-Qatar relationship, especially people-to-people relationship? يعني كيف ترون العلاقات القائمة بين الهند وقطر وبصفة الخاصة العلاقات بين الشعبين الذي شاهدنا ونحن في نفس العمر. إنني ولدت في نفس السنة، ولدتم أنتم في سنة 1948.
أول شيء أنا ما خلصت سؤال الجواب على السؤال الأول. يعني العلاقاتنا بيننا وبين الهند، احنا عندنا قصائد شعر عمرها أكثر من 1500 سنة و2000 سنة تذكر الهنود. قديما كانوا يجون إلى الخليج ومعروفين في الخليج ويوصفون الهنود، تجار الهنود ذيك الأيام بتجارة الحرير والثياب والعطور وغيرها من الأشياء. كانت يجونا من الهند قبل 1500 إلى 2000 سنة، موجودة مؤرخة في قصائد عربية. وكذلك تجار الهند كانوا يجونا في السوق أيام في الأسواق في الخليج، وكانوا فاتحين محلات يشترون اللؤلؤ، وكانوا القطريين يجيبون اللؤلؤ للهند ويبيعونه هنا، وكذلك الهنود كانوا في السوق الخليجي. فكان الشيء بيننا وبين الهند يعني تقارب كثيرة في أشياء كثيرة. فهذه الأشياء أكثرها خلتني أني أنا أهتم بهذا الشيء لأنه موجود بيننا وبين أصدقائنا الهنود.
As I mentioned earlier, that the relations between India and the state of Qatar is very old. Even in the olden times, Indian traders and merchants used to carry Indian goods like spices and horses to the Arab markets, benefiting from the opportunities available there. And from there, the Arab traders, even Indian traders, used to carry home dates and also pearls. They used to deep dive into the sea in search of pearls. They used to bring them to the Indian markets. So this was a win-win situation. And in modern times, we want to continue these relations and develop it further, enhance our cooperations. And I think these relations will continue to grow and people will come closer.
كانت السفن القطرية التجار يجيبون التمر من الخليج ويجيبون كذلك الخيل وغيرها يجلبونها للسوق الهندي، وكذلك يأخذون من الأشياء الأخرى خاصة تموين الرز وغيره من المواد الغذائية والحراير والأشياء من الهند للخليج، وكذلك لتصديرها مرة ثانية إعادة تصديرها إلى الداخل في الدول العربية وغيرها.
In the olden times, the Qatar merchants used to come to India and they used to carry with them pearls, dates and horses. And from India, the Indian traders also used to carry food items like rice and spices to the Arab markets. So they used to benefit from each other economy, each other markets.
كان قديما كل شيء حديث يجينا من الهند، كل شيء حديث يجينا من الهند، وإحنا نصدر كان اللؤلؤ وغيرها من الأشياء.
In the olden times, a lot of items, food items, other products used to come from India to our parts of the world, to Arab countries.
شكرا.
شكرا جزيلا صاحب السعادة لهذه المعلومات القيمة. Thank you very much for these valuable information that you have parted with us and shared with the august audience. I thank the National Book Trust. I thank Honorable Shri Malik Sahab
I thank you, Your Excellency, for your presence here and for holding the event and sharing your own experiences with the people who are here. I also thank the members of the diplomatic corps who have really come here in a good number, and this encourages the world of book. This encourages the world of literature. Yeah. So this is an event which encourages people of literature, people of art and culture to come here and to benefit out of the people like us who have grown great and who have some experiences behind them. Before I request His Excellency Sheikh Faisal Bin Qassim to sign the book, may I request Honorable His Excellency Sir Director to please come and speak a few words.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Sheikh Faisal Bin Qassim Al Thani, all the esteemed ambassadors from different Arab countries, esteemed guests on the dais, all the esteemed gathering. I want to thank Excellency for his presence here to release this book in New Delhi World Book Fair, which is one of the biggest book fair in the world in B2C category. Your presence, Excellency, has made this book fair very special because your presence has conveyed that book matters in this world. And especially when there are two countries, books are the best medium to have people-to-people connect, cultural connectivity, and building good relations and exchanges of cultural relevance. I thank once again all the honorable ambassadors for sparing valuable time, being present in this book fair arena. I thank all the audience from all the places which has come together, all together in big numbers, to listen and be witness to this historic moment, because this is how history is written on the pages with his presence. I am very grateful to Excellency. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And the signing ceremony is here next door, so please come, whoever want the signature of the book, please you may come in. And thank you for attending this very important event. Thank you very much for all the invitees.
नाम देखिए किसका है, इनको अनाउंस करना है to come on the stage.
Okay.